I call this meeting to order. I think it's best if we deal with this matter as we would any piece of town business. After all, that's what this is, isn't it? Town business? Any objections to that? No. Right. The item on the floor is whether or not to give to this thing that has come among us one of our children. He says that if we give him what he wants, he'll go away, and he'll kill us all, including the children, if we don't. Have I stated that fairly? All right. How say you then, Little Tall? Will you speak to this?
I don't see what choice we have if we believe he can do what he says he can do.
Do you believe him?
That's the first thing I ask myself. I do. I do.
Roberta Coynes has a good point there, though. How many of you believe Lenoge is telling the truth? That he can and will wipe out everyone on the island if we stand against him? Show of hands.
Mike, it's not a question of what we're going to do. Not yet. It's just a question of
I know
whether or
what the
not
question is. Once we start down that road, every step of the way gets easier. I know that, too.
All right. I guess we believe him. That's one issue out of the way. Now, if there is any discussion of the main question...
I have something I'd like to say.
That's fine. You're a taxpayer, sure enough. Have on.
No. He's not a man. I didn't vote, but I agree with that just the same. I am your constable. The man you elected to enforce your laws, and I saw what he did to Martha Clarendon, what he did to Peter Godzo, and I've seen what he's done to our children. So I understand, as well as any of you, better than some maybe, the reality of what he's threatening. But folks, we don't give our kids away to thugs. Do you understand that? We don't give away our children.
So what's the choice then? What do we do, Mike? What can we do?
We stand against him. Side by side, we use our will and tell him no. In one voice. We do what it says over the door we use to come into this place. We trust in God and in each other. And then, maybe he goes away. The way storms always do when they've blown themselves out.
Render therefore unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. Book of Matthew. You said that to me yourself, Michael, not an hour ago.
Get thee behind me, Satan, for thou savorest not the things that be of God. Book of Mark. Folks, if we give up a child, one of our own, how will we live with each other? Even if he lets us live.
By the grace of God. We've all got something to hide, Mike. Or maybe you're different.
Oh, Jack. No, I'm not different. But this isn't like trying to live with a test you cheated on, or the memory of someone you hurt when you were drunk. We are talking about a child. Do you understand that, Jack?
Michael!
Suppose you were right about sending him away. Suppose we put our arms around each other and we gather our will and we come out with a big collective no. Suppose we do that and he just disappears. He goes back where he came from. You saw our children. Now, I don't know where he actually has them, but I have no doubt that flying high above the earth is an accurate representation of it. They can fall. I believe that. All he has to do is wave that cane of his, and they fall. How are we going to live with ourselves if that happens?
He could be bluffing.
He's not, Michael. And you know it. You saw it.
You speak as though he were going to kill the child, Michael. As though it were some kind of human sacrifice. It sounds more like an adoption to me.
And a long life as well. If you believe him, that is. After seeing him, I guess I do.
I just don't believe this. I don't believe this. Lanoge killed Martha Clarendon with his cane. He knocked the eyes right out of her head. And we are debating whether or not to give this monster a child. We might as well give away our souls.
You want to know the worst thing I can think of, Michael? Suppose you're half right. Suppose we live and they die. How are we going to look at each other? How are we going to live with each other then?
And how would we ever live with you?
He said half an hour, people. We have 10 minutes left.
We can't do this. Don't you understand that? We cannot do this. Don't you see? We cannot allow...
I think we've heard your side of the story, Mike. Take a seat, why don't you?
Sonny!
Mike, maybe you should do what he say.
All right. All right. You need to think about this, folks. You need to think about this very carefully.
I need to go sit with Ralphie.
What do you say, folks? What's your pleasure?
God help us, let's give him what he wants. Let's give him what he wants and send him on his way. Even if it's Sally, better she live with a bad man than die. My God, Michael Anderson, where's your heart? They're children. We can't let him kill all 8 children.
Anyone else?
Don't. Please. Please. Ursula. Please. Jack. Robbie. All of you. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't give in to this. This is damnation. All right, then let's restrict the vote. Let the parents vote, and the parents only. They're all residents.
No, that's not fair. I raised her by myself. Oh, I've had plenty of help from folk on the island, including you and your wife, Mike, but mostly by myself. I shouldn't have to make a decision like this all by myself. What is a community for if it isn't supposed to help people when something terrible happens? When none of the choices look good?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Lynn.
For God's sakes, let's vote and have done.
Call the question, Robbie.
Let's
Call the question!
All right, fine. But you understand this. My son is not a part of this. All right? Do you understand that? My son is not a part of this obscenity.
Yes, he is. We have never shirked our duty, Michael. We've taken part in all the life on this island, and we will take part in this as well.
You don't mean that, Molly. You can't mean that.
I do, Mike.
Well, screw this. Screw all of you. I am taking my son and leaving.
You can't leave. We're in this
Damn it,
together.
let go of me.
Mike, stop it. Mike, grab him.
Stop it! You're hurting him!
That's enough. Michael, calm down. Calm down. Michael?
All right. Okay. I'll sit.
Michael.
Mike, are you...
Get away from me.
Mike,
Shut up, Ash.
When you've had a chance to think about it, you'll understand. He'll come around. It's the only thing we can do. What else is there? Die for a principle, every one of us? You have to think about it.
And if it's Pippa Lenoge ends up taking.
Well, then I'll tell myself that she died as an infant. That it was crib death, something we couldn't help but foresee. And I'll believe it. Melinda and I will both believe it.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. The question has been called. Do we or do we not give Mr. Lenoge what he wants, pursuant to his promise to leave us in peace? How say you, little tall? All those in favor signify in the usual way.
I'm Harry's father, and I vote yes.
I'm his mother, and so do I.
I vote yes.
Carla and I vote yes.
Yes. We have no choice.
No choice.
I vote yes. It's the only way.
Got to.
To lose one in life is better than to lose them all in death. I vote yes.
Those opposed? I count all in favor save one. The motion is carried.